I toured a home yesterday where the home seller was losing $100,000, if not more, in only 3 years. They bought it in 2022 for $800,000 in multiple offers, $100,000 over asking price. Today, that home has been sitting on the market at $700,000, no offers in hand, $100K under what they paid for it just 3 years ago.
Not losing more than $100,000. Who could have saw that coming? Who could have saw that coming? Listen, if you guys haven't been in the know, a lot of sellers are losing money. So much so that it says here, Google searches for "can't sell my house" at an all-time high. Experts warn of a housing crash worse than 2008. Well, listen, unfortunately, if you had to wait until Google searches got up to the point to where you noticed it, it might be too late. But we're gonna get into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for actually subscribing. And trust me, it really does help. Because you know, YouTube, they're blocking the subscriber count so you guys don't see it anymore and whatnot. So please, if you want to support me, hit that subscribe button. It helps out tremendously. But you know what I'm about to say. I have a newsletter and it's completely free. Go ahead and join today. You will love it. It's free. What do you got to lose? But also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for almost 20 years, and I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description. Let's jump straight to it, guys. Listen, it's been a bumpy ride. Listen, you remember when you wanted to buy a house a couple of years ago, and you were thinking to yourself, you know what? I know Orlando says don't overpay, but I don't know. I really want a house. But you sat it out. But now when we come back around the corner, a couple of years later, people are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars on the value of their home. Now, some would say that someone told them that this was going to happen, but we're not going to say that. It's not about I told you so. It's about showing you guys what mistakes not to make. When something is overpriced and you know it's overpriced, don't pay for it.
It's just a fact of life.
Now, I know that's simple advice, but that simple advice would have saved you hundreds of thousands of dollars. But let me guess. You're thinking to yourself, well, Orlando, is that really true? What's going on with the market right now? Are people losing money when they're trying to sell their home? Well, let's just take a look.
Google search term "can't sell my house" hits an all-time high, higher than in 2008. Is this an indicator of more instability in the housing market to come? One of the things that's important to sellers when selling is selling quickly. Here are some of the comments in this thread on X. One of them says, "I assure you, if you price low enough, you can sell it, and fast," right? Basically, yeah, I've sold houses in the last 3 weeks above market value. Stop fear mongering. I don't know if it's fear mongering or if it's just pointing out. And more homeowners are stuck trying to sell, so it makes sense.
See, listen, guys, listen. It's got to always be the real estate agent that said, "Look, well, what are you talking about? I don't see anything happening in the market right now. Matter of fact, the market is going up." And guess what? We have buyers lined up around the corner. That's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you, you're going to put in an offer, and they're going to say, well, I don't know. We may have to push your offer to the back. We're going to have to push your offer to the back because we already have a bunch of other offers. Cool story, bro. Cool story. Because let's talk about what's actually happening. What's actually happening today is crickets. No one wants to buy a house. They're too much money. The interest rate is high. Property taxes are high. The economy is going down. You don't think so? We're in how many wars? I lost count. Is it 3, 4, 5, 6? Who knows, right? We also have inflation continue to go up. We have an administration that is at odds. We have layoffs that are happening. But you think this is a great time to throw all of your money into an asset that you don't know is going to go up or down.
Don't be a fool.
Make that make sense. Make that make sense to me. Now remember, this is the biggest purchase of your life. The biggest purchase of your life. You're going to risk and gamble on a real estate agent telling you, everything's cool. But I'm going to show you how people are losing money, but real estate agents now have changed their tune. They're now saying to you guys, well, seller, I know I just sold you this home. I know I sold you this home 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I told you that if you throw in all these upgrades, you're going to make your money back. You're going to make it back so fast, you don't know what to do with the money. They told you that. You don't want to miss out on generational wealth. That was their talking point. Now they're saying to sellers, don't be unrealistic. The market has changed. The market isn't like it was a couple of years ago. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you why you shouldn't be thirsty to buy a house when you should be in the driver's seat. See, real estate agents and a lot of other people will tell you you're not in the driver's seat. If you want a house, you better pay the price. And I say different. Matter of fact, let's just take a look.
Listen, man, it's your boy Crypto Heavy. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? U.S. home sellers now outnumber buyers by over 600,000. That means if you trying to sell your crib, nobody trying to buy it. But you know why they ain't trying to buy it? Because they can't afford it. Let's be clear. You getting raises, but you can't afford, it ain't keeping up with inflation. Yeah, you got a raise, but that raise that you got still can't help you buy a home. Because these companies taking the profits while you getting pennies on the dollar. And now, we got so many houses on the market, but nobody can afford to buy them. So people stuck in mortgages that they probably can't afford, or maybe they trying to downsize, or maybe their kids move out the house and they just trying to get a little bit something more affordable, and nobody here to buy it. So then they stuck. Or what if you lost your job and you like, I need to sell this mortgage and I need to go rent. I'm gonna move back in with a friend. You can't sell it because nobody buying. So then you go in default and the bank come take your shit. We living in unprecedented times right now. Literally unprecedented times. This shit is only the tip of the iceberg. Jamie Dimon said that he's seeing signs of 2008 housing crash.
To be quite honest with you, Jamie Dimon just fired a bunch of people. Listen. We can talk about that later, but he was correct. A lot of times individuals bought these houses during COVID and they were served up. They were going to make a lot of money. Now we're starting to see that no one can afford those high prices. See, you overpaid for it, right? You paid $250,000. You won your eBay auction, right? But nobody wants to pay that price. You have to drop down your price. But here's the thing. You can't afford to drop your price. You know why? Because you overpaid.
You've been bamboozled.
You have a mortgage on the property leveraged to the top of your head. You did a 3% mortgage and overpaid. What sense does that make?
Come on, man.
You paid 3% on a overvalued asset. You barely have any equity. You're trying to move out of it because you got a new job. Nobody wants it. You better drop that price $200,000. See, if you drop the price, let me just say this clearly, sellers. If you drop the price to the right price, you will sell the house. But we all know that price that you need to drop it to for someone to buy it, you can't do it because it's going to ruin your credit, because it's going to put you in debt, because you won't be able to buy another house.
He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
And this is what I was trying to forewarn people about. I didn't want you, my audience, to get into this situation. I didn't want you to have an overpriced home that you're stuck in. You're trying to move because your job that you thought was going to keep remote work said, either you come back to work or you're out of here. And you said, oh, well, I got to go back to work, so I'm going to put this house on the market that I bought in $2.2 because I thought I was going to be able to work and still make the same amount of money. I was going to make California money, but live in the Midwest or live in South Dakota. But now it's coming to bite you in the butt. Now you're saying to yourself, well, how do I get rid of this house? And then you think to yourself, well, maybe I can rent it. Have you seen the rental market? It's tough. I know what you're thinking. Well, Orlando, well, what are the sellers doing then? What are they doing if they can't sell their homes? I know what I'm about to say. You're going to scratch your head and you're going to think, why would they do this? Sellers are putting more money into the home. Huh? I don't know who gave them this advice, but they're upgrading the house because they believe the reason why you aren't buying the house is because it doesn't have upgrades. Isn't that crazy? They believe that you're not buying the house because the windows aren't brand new. They believe that you're not buying the house because it doesn't have granite countertop, that the floor isn't done, that it's not painted the right color. They believe that if they invest more money into the home, then you'll buy it. But here's the funny thing. You think they're gonna do that for free? Nope, they're raising the price. Listen, don't take my word for it. Do not take my word. Let's just watch.
I've had this house on the market almost 6 months and just haven't been able to sell it. Started at $390 and went down to $350. This house is in one of the better communities in our area. And just shocked that I have not been able to sell it. So we did not finish the basement when we did the rehab because of the stairs going into the basement. However, I pulled it off the market the last couple of weeks and we're gonna go ahead and refinish it. It's gonna be a narrow stairwell going into that area, but I think it's probably my best move. So pull it off the market, put an additional 10 grand into it, and then probably gonna come back listing it at 370. So I'm gonna let you guys see what we're doing down in the basement.
Now that blows your mind, right? Imagine this. You're thinking to yourself, why isn't my house selling? I'm going to add more stuff and then raise the price on them.
Genius. Let's do this.
Now, I think that we need to put this perspective so that you can see that this timeline is correct. So I went to go look at the comments. Let's read the comments from the seller themselves. It says here, has it sold yet? And then the seller said, unfortunately, no. I've had probably 5 showings since the beginning of the year. All decent feedback, just no offers. I've got it listed at $375 right now. Now, remember, he did say $370, so he upped the price. Just remember, he upped the price. So he said $370, and then he went up $5,000 while still investing on a property that hasn't sold as is. Maybe it's the price. But then it continues on to says, I'm waiting for this cold snap to break, then I'm gonna drop the price a little. Sounds like a great plan. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm not a real estate agent. But I'm pretty sure some real estate agent told him like, hey man, this is the best bet to do. You need to do this. This will kill him. This is going to kill him. You're going to kill the game by doing this strategy. No one else is doing this. And he might be right. I don't think anyone. But hey, listen, sellers, don't worry. Don't worry. The same real estate agents that sold you that expensive home that is now losing value, these same real estate agents are saying, listen, I'm sorry to hear that. When you can come back to reality and drop those prices, I know. I can only work with the information that I knew at the time. But I know I told you that you were going to make a ton of money, but when you're ready to drop that price, we can work with you. We'll work with you. Don't worry. I'll take your commission on your lower price. I will. No, I mean, I don't want to do it. I don't want to take your commission, but I will because I'm helping you out. Listen, it's a rough life. The market is, let's just hear.
Bought a house and fixed it up thinking you could upgrade. Many years later, stuck with the house, can't sell it because you're underwater in it. I hate reading this. I hate hearing about this. You are definitely not alone in this. And there are probably many other people in your same situation. With the turn in the economy, the way things are going, that the economy will turn around and that you will gain some equity now in the next few years. And maybe you just have to wait a few more years to achieve your goal to upgrade. And remember, some of the upgrades that you do to a house, what you put into it you can't get the same amount of value out of it. People know are, like a pool or very custom, either window treatments or windows, really expensive custom windows. The main rooms that are going to bring you value to upgrade, as in flooring, cabinets, drawer pulls, stuff like that, paint, counter surfaces are going to be your bathrooms and your kitchens. Those are the areas that people want nice and clean, looking good. A kitchen is your gathering space. So, and maybe you ended up having to spend more than you anticipated in some of these upgrades to your house to make it the way you wanted it to be. Yes, make those upgrades because you love it and because you want to live in it, and do your research for resale purposes. Sometimes people don't think of, I'm going to stay in this house forever, like I don't need to worry about resale, but I think everyone needs to think about resale because you never know when that's going to come up and when that's going to happen.
So now real estate agents say, hey guys, listen, you got to think about the resale value. You know, like the economy falling off of a cliff, like buying a house in a pandemic, you know, like these things happen, you know, and you know, when things change, we have to adjust. And then if you don't adjust, you just fade away. Are you going to lose? That's what they're telling you now. But they weren't saying that 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was like, if you don't buy a house, you're an idiot. If you don't buy a house, you're going to miss the greatest wealth creation that was ever known to man. If you don't buy a house, what are you really doing? You must not be an investor.
This is America. Don't got you slipping on.
Now remember, these guys are the same individuals that before they joined to become a real estate agent, they were working at DoorDash.
Wait, what?
They were working at Lowe's. You used to bump into that same realtor at Walmart all the time. He was stocking shelves. I'm not lying. If I'm lying, tell me in the comment section.
If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think the real estate agents care if you lose money? Or do you think they care more about that commission? Remember, 70% of real estate agents didn't close anything in 2025. They're hungry.
It's insane to me how many homes are sitting on the market for days on end here in San Antonio. And it frustrates me because, number one, it usually comes down to price. So you have two variables. Number one, the realtor isn't being upfront with you and they're just telling you what you want to hear just so they can get the listing. Or number two, you as the homeowner are just unrealistic and you're still living in 2020, 2021, where you can just put a house on the market and it'll get multiple offers in the first week. We are no longer in those days. If you want your house to sell in 2026, number one, you're going to have to price it correct. Number two, you're going to need the best marketing. Number three, photos are going to need to look immaculate. Number four, your house is going to need to look like a model home. Number five, please declutter, right? I go into some homes that are on the market and you have shoes all over the place. You have beds that are unmade. Your house smells like onion. Your house smells like meat and chicken. No one wants to smell that. People want to walk into a home and they don't want to feel like they're violating someone's privacy.
Well, guys, you heard it here first. Real estate agents are telling you, drop the price. Your house has to be immaculate. It needs to get rid of all of those custom upgrades. You also need to drop down the price, so lose $100,000, $200,000. Yeah, if you do all of those things, and marketing, which costs money. Yeah, we know you're losing money. Yeah, we don't really care about that. But if you want to sell your home, you have to lose money on all things. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me my commission. You're gonna lose money on that too, but at least you get rid of the house. At least you get it off of your books. And you ain't gotta worry about this asset that's dragging you down. Yeah, this asset that, yeah, I know. Listen, back then was a different time. Back then, prices were going through the roof. So, nowadays, no one's going to buy your house at that expensive price, seller. So, yeah, I mean, you were the buyer before, and we didn't really care about that. But as the seller now, drop the price.
Come on, man.
As I always say, I don't want anyone to lose money on a home. I think it's very important to point out that some individuals, some people got taken advantage of either by the real estate agent or by their own doing, thinking that this market was going to continue to go up, up, and up, and up. And I was trying to yell from the rooftops to tell people that's not how this works. That's not how this works. I've seen it over and over and over again. And I try to say, hey, don't do that. Don't go ahead and buy that overpriced home because it's in the name overpriced. And some people said, Orlando, you're a hater. Orlando, you're a crash bro. Orlando, you. The economy is doing fine. Didn't you just hear what CNN and Fox News just said? Everything is great. Now we're at 1 million layoffs plus. Now inflation is through the roof. Now values of homes are dropping. Property taxes are triple what they were in 2020. Now, to me, that would sound like you shouldn't buy a home. Because if you sit on the sidelines, I'm not trying to stop your progression. I'm trying to give you progression. Does that make sense? But anyway, guys, listen. I said enough, and you know I can talk about this all day. But if you love content like this, please join the Patreon. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. But you know you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video. This video right here will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.